Hey everybody, welcome back. It is Valagar Aloevain here. Alright, so for this one here, it's going to bring us back to the House Kundarak, to a dwarf named Ulfgar de Kundarak. He is located kind of in the middle here, not too far from the auctioneer. He's also our quest entrance here. We're just going to reset the quest. So yeah, I did attempt to do the quest earlier, making a few mistakes, so obviously I don't want to do that for you guys on stream, especially considering this is supposed to be a walkthrough here. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is just talk to our Axe Lord right here.
Only two dwarves can be seen in the survivors' camp. Fortunately, Axelrod appears to be one of them.
And then just progress through our gate.
Pylons
Now that we do have a bunch of undead out here, as well as an optional to kill them all. Alright, so the first couple that you're going to encounter for the undead is just up the steps. Then if we proceed up this little hill right here,
by the wan glow of the moon, you spy
towards the little pool of water, we're going to run into a few more.
It's seized with leeches and insect larvae.
Okay. Up the hill, just here, we do have another dwarf, which as we approach, we actually get an optional to free him.
And regards you warily.
Just let them know that we don't have time and go and save yourself. Just a little bit to his left, we have a set of shrines. And then we have 5 undead left. The last of them are actually near our entrance to the core of our excavation, which are just down here.
A chilling and noxious breeze wafts from the sewer. Large, gnomish turbines sit motionless atop the entrance, no longer pumping fresh air into
Or at least they should be the last of them. There they go. From there we have our Korromar sewers, which is where we're supposed to enter.
The air here is heavy with the aromas of decay. An unidentifiable ooze leaks through the sewer grates, collecting in smoke. Pools of ooze suddenly come to life.
Alright, and just like the outskirts, we're going to have another optional to kill undead here as well. And just keep, basically just keep following the path here. Alright, at our turn, again, more undead. Alright, so now it's through the door for some more ooze. Alright. timed. Okay, so from this point here, we can
Rushing
just
water
cross,
below drains into
and we
glades,
do have a
a
lever here
hollow,
to pull,
bubbling noise
which
betrays
will take us
approach.
over to
Almost
a
hit the
section
spider
with
web
spiders.
before you
Now this is the section you want to take to leave this area. However, just once I kill this couple of spiders here. So there's the rope there that we want to use to exit. However, one, as you notice, we still have two undead. We can actually hop down to the bottom here and proceed this way. Now, they do have some spiders. Some glass spiders, sorry. As well as some undead. Now, it's nothing too crazy. You kill the glass spiders, you get the optional. But they do have a bunch of eggs here which will hatch. So I definitely recommend breaking the eggs unless you want to deal with all the baby glass spiders. Proceeding past them, we come up with to our last two undead
Here the
near
sewer
a
abruptly
secret door.
See no sign. The Korromar sewers have been cleansed of all undead.
So through this door, we're actually going to have a few more... Oh, no, wrong spot. Sorry about that. So through the door, we have a chest which is locked. You can pick it for some random loot. I'm thinking of a different quest here. Similar setup where you proceed through the bottom and the sewers and... Alright, so now that we've done that, we want to head back up top and go past this door up into take the rope to the courtyard. Now, as soon as we go up into the courtyard itself, there will be a fair amount of enemies, so be prepared for a little bit of a fight. It's something that you can't really run away from because you're kind of, if you run forward, you're going to just run into more enemies. So it's kind of you're stuck.
Some of the undead are bearing busted hideous, wearing tattered Kandaric insignias. This was the fate of the dwarf who never escaped the dig. Ever bright pylons glow brilliant and uncertain. The dark shadows have been eroded by more powerful metal.
Alright. So there we go. We also, as you see, have another optional to rid the courtyard of undead. So basically, each section that you're clearing, there's an optional to kill all the undead. Now, for this one, it's fairly simple. We're just gonna go and gather them, which just involves walking near them and having them come after us. Okay.
Thick fog rises from it. The specter of Aloevain, the grudge bearer, bars the way ahead.
Alright, so as you see, towards the tunnel entrance here at the back, it does have a chest as well as a named. So this is where we're going to proceed. However, as you notice, we still are missing two more undead. So I'm just going to take a quick search around for them. As they will be somewhere here in the courtyard, and there seems to be they're right here. So as well, in this courtyard, we do have a little chest. Inside of this chest is actually just a key. Now, what you use this key for is actually at the beginning of this quest. So to get there, just head north, pull the lever at the door, which opens that up so that we don't have to go through the sewer section every time. And we're going to want to proceed to the very entrance of the quest. Alright, from here, we want to head up the stairs and go towards our left. And just head on up the ramparts. And then around the edge of the wall here. At this point, we'll be able to traverse the little aqueduct here. And at the very end, there is a chest. Now, as we approach, it is going to spawn in a couple of enemies here.
As you approach the treasure chest,
So one comes from in front of you, and the other one is just behind you here. And from here, we can loot our chest. Now, there isn't anything super special in this chest, so it is up to you whether or not you want to go out of your way to go get it, but it is free loot. From here, all we got left is to proceed deeper in, so we're going to head down that tunnel to the next section of this quest.
a massive sprawl of excavation sites is spread out before you. Scattered packs of undead lurch along the paths that connect the dwarven shafts descending into the earth.
Alright, so for this one here, we do have four different dig sites. So there's one, two, you can't see it, but there's one up there, and then there's one just here. And basically we gotta go into each one. Now, I tend to clear the outside edge here first.
You can see the walls of the Korromar outpost.
So I'm gonna just do that quick. And then there's the very central one there as well.
Chills go down your spine as you approach the central dig site. You spy a boat resting on nearby crates.
Alright. And the reason I like to clear is once you're done and go through like each of these things, the dig sites, you'll actually re-emerge through the central dig site here, which obviously then you're right in the middle of the fighting. So it just makes it a little bit easier for myself to not be spawning into a fight and rather just kill them as we go. Alright, so I'm going to head back to the first one here that we would have been doing, which is the southern dig site. And I'm just going to start with this one.
Well-crafted supports reinforce the entryway of this dig site. Ever-bright lanterns hang from the ceiling and cast wavering shadows on the wall.
So each dig site essentially has a little task that you got to complete within. As well, they also have a little book to go through as well.
You hear a faint whisper. You feel an unsettling desire to fling yourself bodily into the pit. It seems to beckon you forward.
Alright. here. Treasure bag. Alright. So once you've cleared this little bit here, all that is left is to hop down.
Dizzy by the stench of rotting and singed flesh wafting from the depths of this pit.
And we got a render to deal with. Got ourselves a rem chest. Alright, so the book for this one is directly along the way and even is kind of in the center of a lit up patch of dirt. As well, we got a little chest. Ooh, chill shard. And then we'll just go through the door and proceed further. This will have our lectern, which has our evil within this dig site here.
As the words from the exposed page of the Da'anbi Codex are spoken aloud, a sense of perfect order floods the area.
Now this part here, we want to proceed through that little gate. And as you see, we have a couple of doors. This one we can't go through yet. And then we have the one just ahead of us with the lever. And it'll bring us into this big room. Now our main objective is to actually get inside here. Once we complete all the dig sites there, it'll unlock the lever, which is just right over there. And then it'll let us down inside this room. So as you can see, we do have some undead enemies as well as a beholder to deal with in there. Alright. So to exit, we just hop down here where the lever is. And here's our dig site exterior. And this is where I was meaning it'll just pop you right out at the bottom of the stairs here at the central dig site. So from here, just head on to your next excavation site. So for us, that's going to be the western dig site. Now it doesn't really matter which order you do them in. You could, you know, clear all the way to the central, and then just start with the closest and work your way further. I tend to work my way from the farthest to the center.
You may find clues within. An alien impulse rushes into your mind. Flames burn once. The door seals this well-lit tunnel at the far end. Your eyes are also drawn to a dark alcove.
So as you approach, as you can see, the fire does light up, spawning in, I guess, the last group of adventurers that were camping out at the fire. From there, we're just going to progress through our door and inside. Now there are two sets of doors for whatever reason. Inside this room here, one more breakable, so I'm gonna grab those. Directly to our left, we have a tunnel all the way with a rope. And near the rope is our next book. Now these books aren't actually a requirement, but they are just additional experience, which, you know, free XP is free XP. Now this section, as you can see, we do have a lever and a chest. There was an enemy, I think that might have been one of those wraiths that I killed, which was a named, which it does definitely look like. So yeah, there'll be a named wraith in here, protecting the chest and the loot. Of course, once you kill them, you can go ahead and grab your loot. There is also, in the center here, we can head on in the water and swim through for another optional here. So it's a little bit of a swim, but not too far. Just up through the hole. And we have another specter here. And another loot chest. So the optionals here aren't a big amount of experience. Like I said, this quest is a fair bit older quest. So when this quest had come out, like, it was phenomenal. It was pretty good experience. I don't know if I'd say phenomenal, but for the amount of time it took, it's no longer really worth it to run this one. But it is still a bit of a fun quest to do. Alright, so back through the water, we went through the chest, the door that had the chest right next to it, which will proceed to our little torch, which we have to light. Now, in order to light the torch, we do gotta first kill all the undead. And once they're all dead, the barrier will drop, allowing us to light the torch. It'll also spawn in some ice mephits, which is apparently how the torch went out in the first place.
The flame of Turian burns steadily once again. A feeling of peace spreads through the room.
And there we are. Once the ice mephits keeping it out are dead, it just auto lights itself, and we're done. So we can proceed through our door here. And this is actually that other door where we came in here. So there was the lectern that we read. So it's the same exit here again to our big blue shielded room. Then we're gonna head around to where our lever was, and just hop back down.
Appears to be some kind of magical
And right back out. So obviously, if you have a multiple people in your group, and they are, you're all fairly competent players and feel confident in your own ability, you can each take your own little dig site. You'll definitely speed things up by each person going through their own.
The air seems difficult to breathe, as if it is thinner here than elsewhere in the excavation.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for. Alright, so for this one, we're going to proceed up
You hear
the
a
hill.
regretful voice moaning. The mirror is the prison. It must be set aright.
Now, directly at the top of this one here, once we kill that guy, we have a door. On the other side of that door is just a shrine. So there's nothing special in the room, but it is a nice little resting spot. Then directly to our left of there, we have our mirror. So I am just gonna run past that temporarily. And on that table, if you saw to our right, just over there, that is our third book here.
The tapestry reveals that the northern dig site contains the tomb of the philosopher.
Alright, so now that we've done that, we're going to head towards our
At the end
mirror.
of a long corridor, you see an enormous eye staring from the lid of an upright sarcophagus through an oddly angled mirror.
A couple of champs and a couple of reapers. That was fun. And another M chest. Yeah, well, it's not completely worthless. Alright, so for this one here, to discover the evil win and place the Philosopher's Mirror, all we got to do is interact with the mirror here,
The Philosopher's Mirror
which
has been
will
angled so it perfectly reflects
align
the
it.
face on the sarcophagus.
And then we're just going to proceed down the path here, through the door and back into that big open chamber here again. So it's not that way, it'll be this way here. Alright, so we got one crypt left to go, or one dig site rather. That's our eastern one right here.
This is the easternmost excavation site. You may find clues within. A soft glow from behind a group of ancient pillars helps light the way through the tunnel. A vision assails your mind in which a wizened giant pours crystal clear water. Another vision invades your mind. The wizened giant blesses and anoints another at an altar, while a host of acolytes chants softly. The vision quickly passes. The final vision shows the wizened giant lying dead upon a lone altar. Around him, the once sanctified urns are overflowing with blood. Horrific passes.
Alright, so again, as we proceed around the corner, just at the top here, it will have our last book.
The Tavern Journal at Eastern Dig Site describes ominous events surrounding the altar
And
of Caverns.
again, all the way at the end here, we have another shrine. This time, it's the door right when you walk up the ramp that we want to proceed through, which will take us to this altar section. So if you were listening to those visions there that we were having, let's give another quick top up. It'll be these urns here that they were talking about that kind of got corrupted. And all we gotta do is just touch the urns. So again, if you have a few people, obviously it does go by a little bit quicker. And then once you're done purifying all the urns, I don't know if it's, I don't remember if it's directly after or if it's once you purify the altar itself. But it is going to spawn in another enemy here.
All the urns within the dig site are closed.
Okay, so it's right after the altar here.
The altar of Aloevain.
It spawns in a couple of enemies here. Nothing major, but just so that you're not caught unaware. And then finally our loot chest. So again, it brings us into the blue shield room, though this time the lever is now free to be used. Now this lever is going to open up the door right there, allowing us to actually proceed into our final chamber and fight the boss there.
The magical switch. The barrier into the great arena lowers.
So as you see, it just kind of moves the barrier from there to in front of the door here. So it does make it so that we can't just flee. Alright. So I'm going to give myself this. And yeah, it's essentially just a fight now. It's nothing too crazy. As you can see, we can already target and fight the beholder from way back there. You know, it's a real easy fight. Once you kill him and proceed into the chamber, you're done. Then finally, we have our end loot chest, which can have some named items. Nothing too spectacular. There's just an item that does have small resistance to beholder rays, so it absorbs a couple of them. But other than that, like, it's fairly standard, fairly straightforward quest. The chest loot is not overly great. Some of it does come in handy, but it's nothing worth re-rolling the chest for. From there, just recall out, grab your reward, and that's that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's been fun running this one again. Again, it's a quest I don't normally do. But thank you so much for joining, and I will see you guys later. Have a good one, all.